Are you ready to witness the most heart-stopping moments in MMA history? In this episode, we're diving into the top 10 greatest mid-fight comebacks that will leave you on the edge of your seat. From jaw-dropping knockouts to miraculous submissions, these fighters refuse to back down, and their unrelenting determination will inspire you to never give up. Get ready to be amazed as we count down the most unbelievable displays of resilience in MMA. Beginning our countdown is the remarkable comeback of Roger Huerta, who faced Guida in the Ultimate Fighter 6 finale. After Guida's wrestling dominance in the first round and his right-hand stun in the second, Huerta was well aware that he was behind on points. However, in the third round, Huerta emerged with an intense determination, unleashing a barrage of strikes that left Guida overwhelmed. In a moment of desperation, Guida went for a head kick and was knocked down. Seizing the opportunity, Huerta pounced on the dazed Guida and secured a rear naked choke, ending the fight in just 31 seconds of the third round. Moving on, we have Scott Smith's extraordinary comeback in his bout against Cung at Strikeforce Evolution. In the first round, Lee showed his dominance by knocking Smith down twice with head kicks and coming close to finishing him off. The punishment continued in the second round, with Lee landing a barrage of kicks at will. However, in the third and final round, Smith's lethal fists finally connected. He landed a powerful left hook that sent the tired Lee to the mat, and then followed up with a series of strikes, earning himself an incredible come-from-behind victory. This was Smith's third such victory in his career, cementing his reputation as one of MMA's ultimate comeback kings. And at number 3, we have one of the most thrilling comebacks in MMA history, courtesy of the legendary Fedor Emelianenko. In a shock to the MMA world, unranked heavyweight Kazuyuki Fujita landed a devastating right hook early in the first round, leaving the Russian champion hurt and wobbling. But Fedor refused to go down without a fight. As Fujita foolishly took the fight to the ground, Emelianenko seized the opportunity to regain his composure and get back on his feet. Even though he was still visibly hurt, Fedor launched a ferocious counterattack, knocking Fujita down and finishing him off with a vicious rear naked choke. This epic battle not only won Fedor the Pride heavyweight title from Rodrigo Nogueira, but also cemented his status as a fan favorite in Japan. Taking the number 4 spot on our list is Rodrigo Nogueira's incredible comeback against the undefeated Mirko Cro Cop Filipovic at the Pride Final Conflict 2003. Dubbed as the boogeyman of MMA, Cro Cop looked every bit as menacing in the first 10 minutes of the fight, nullifying Nogueira's ground game and battering him with brutal kicks and punches. As the first round was about to end, Cro Cop landed his signature left high kick, sending Nogueira crashing to the mat. However, the resilient Brazilian managed to survive the round. Coming out strong in the second round, Nogueira scored a takedown and quickly took control of the match. When Cro Cop attempted to escape, Nogueira seized the opportunity and locked in an armbar, securing another astonishing come-from-behind submission victory. This was a defining moment for Nogueira, proving that he was a force to be reckoned with, even against the most feared fighters in the sport. At number 5 on our list is one of the most awe-inspiring examples of toughness and determination in MMA history, as Brock Lesnar pulled off an incredible comeback against Carwin at UFC 116. The mammoth heavyweight champion found himself in deep trouble early on as Carwin relentlessly pummeled him with heavy strikes on the feet. As Lesnar retreated towards the fence, Carwin knocked him down and rained down a barrage of punches and elbows on the ground. The situation looked dire for Lesnar as the referee was close to stopping the fight. However, the bloodied and battered champion refused to give up, managing to survive the round and regroup. In the second round, Lesnar finally secured a takedown on the exhausted Carwin, and from there, he imposed his dominant grappling game. With impressive technique and brute strength, Lesnar locked in an arm triangle choke and forced the tap at 2 minutes 19 of the second round, securing an astonishing come-from-behind victory. Our next pick is an unforgettable comeback that took place at UFC 52, where Matt Hughes faced off against Frank Trigg for the welterweight championship. The build-up to this highly anticipated rematch was filled with trash talk from Trigg, adding extra fuel to the already heated rivalry. In the opening round, Trigg landed a low blow on Hughes that went unnoticed by the referee. Seizing the opportunity, Trigg pounced on the stunned champion and took him down, eventually taking his back and threatening with a rear naked choke. Despite being in a perilous position, Hughes showed his heart and grit by fighting off the submission attempt and standing back up. In a stunning turn of events, Hughes scooped up Trigg and slammed him to the ground, unleashing a barrage of ground and pound. In a moment of redemption, Hughes secured a rear naked choke of his own and forced Trigg to tap out, cementing his status as one of the greatest welterweight champions in UFC history. This comeback victory will forever be etched in the minds of MMA fans as a testament to Hughes' toughness and determination. At number 7, we have a recent and stunning comeback by Leon Edwards in his rematch against Kamaru Usman at UFC 278. Usman, the reigning welterweight champion, was dominating the fight for the majority, on track for his 16th consecutive victory, which would have tied an all-time UFC record. At the end of round 4, Edwards' coach gave him a pep talk saying, "Stop feeling sorry for yourself, you have to pull this one out of the fire." With less than a minute left in the fight, Edwards went for a jab feint into a high kick, which connected with Usman's jaw and knocked him out instantly. As Usman crumpled and fell to the canvas, the referee Herb Dean stepped in to wave off the fight, making Edwards the new welterweight champion of the world. This was a truly remarkable and unexpected comeback that shook up the UFC world. The KO was titled Pound for Pound Head Kick, and for a good reason. At number 8 on our list of comebacks is the shocking victory by Alex Pereira against Israel Adesanya at UFC 281. After being in a losing position for 4 rounds, Pereira managed to knock out Adesanya in the final round and become the new middleweight champion of the UFC. This was the Brazilian's 3rd victory against Adesanya in 2 sports, having previously defeated him twice in kickboxing. The fight between these 2 incredible strikers was highly anticipated and did not disappoint. The first round was a close kickboxing battle, with both fighters exchanging blows. Adesanya attempted to take down Pereira in the closing seconds of the round, but was unable to do so. In the second round, Pereira regained his composure and started to pressure Adesanya against the fence. He landed several successful combinations and finished the round with a takedown. However, Adesanya's experience in MMA started to show in the third round, as he won several grappling exchanges and caused more damage to Pereira. In the fourth round, Adesanya looked fresher and more in control than Pereira. The Brazilian struggled to find his rhythm and breathing, but he didn't give up. In the final round, Pereira knew that only a knockout would secure him the victory. He went all in and caught Adesanya with a series of strikes that sent him reeling against the fence. Pereira followed up with more punches and finished Adesanya, ending his years-long reign as the middleweight champion. The fight between Anderson Silva and Chael Sonnen at UFC 117 in August 2010 is widely considered the greatest UFC comeback in history. Sonnen, known for his grappling skills, dominated Silva for almost the entire fight, showcasing why he was considered one of the best middleweight grapplers in the world. Sonnen even managed to excel on the feet, landing some brutal strikes on the Brazilian champion in the opening round. As the fight progressed, Sonnen continued to control Silva on the ground, delivering ground and pound strikes that visibly hurt the champion. The fight went all the way to the fifth and final round, and it seemed like Sonnen was on the verge of claiming the UFC middleweight title. But then, in a stunning turn of events, Silva managed to catch Sonnen in a triangle choke, forcing the challenger to tap out and securing his title reign. Silva's come-from-behind victory stunned the MMA world and solidified his status as one of the greatest fighters in UFC history. The two fighters would meet again in a highly anticipated rematch, which Silva won convincingly. But their first encounter will always be remembered as one of the greatest comebacks in MMA history. If you're talking about comebacks in MMA, the Pat Berry vs Cheick Kongo fight of UFC Live 4 should definitely come to mind. This fight was a classic example of how quickly fortunes can change in a fight. Pat Berry, known for his devastating kicks, was looking to climb up the UFC heavyweight rankings with a win over Cheick Kongo. He started the fight strong, knocking Kongo down twice with leg kicks in the first round. It seemed as though Berry was well on his way to victory. But then, in one of the most unbelievable comebacks in UFC history, Kongo managed to stun Berry with a huge right hand and follow up with another, which knocked Berry down, and the rest was history. There you have it, fight fans, the top 10 mid-fight comebacks in MMA history. As always, like and subscribe for more.